Once upon a time, a gingerbread cookie lay on a plate. He was all alone. He had bright, happy candy buttons. His gumdrop smile was wide, but the gingerbread cookie felt sad.
Suddenly, I felt a tingle. I moved my candy button eyes. I wiggled my gumdrop smile. I was alive.
The gingerbread cookie jumped off the plate. He looked around the room. Everything was so big. He felt scared and alone. The gingerbread cookie saw a light shining under a door. He hopped toward it, hoping to find a friend. The gingerbread cookie peeked through the keyhole. He gasped. It was a magical village. Candy cane lampposts lined the streets. Gumdrop lights twinkled above. Houses were made of gingerbread, each one unique and beautiful.
I saw other gingerbread people laughing and playing. They were decorating their gingerbread houses with frosting and sprinkles. The air smelled like sugar and spice. I wanted to join them. I wanted to laugh and play too.
He pushed the door open and stepped inside. The gingerbread village was even more amazing up close. The intricate details of each house, the vibrant colors of the candy decorations, and the overall festive atmosphere were simply enchanting. It was like stepping into a magical world where everything was made of sweets and joy. The gingerbread cookie's candy button eyes widened in amazement. He could hardly believe his eyes as he took in the sight before him. The village was bustling with activity, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of gingerbread and candy. He had never seen anything like it. The gingerbread cookie felt a mix of excitement and wonder as he explored the village. Every corner he turned revealed something new and delightful. He saw a gingerbread house with a licorice chimney. The chimney was perfectly crafted, and the licorice looked so real that he almost wanted to take a bite. Next to it was a gingerbread house with a pretzel fence. The fence was made of perfectly twisted pretzels, adding a unique touch to the house's design. Every house was different and special. Some had gumdrop roofs, others had candy cane pillars, and each one was a masterpiece in its own right. The creativity and effort put into each house were evident.
I walked down the street, taking in the festive atmosphere. The snow-covered lanes were lined with beautifully decorated houses, and the air was filled with the sounds of laughter and holiday music. I saw gingerbread families decorating their homes. They were working together, hanging up decorations and adding the finishing touches to their gingerbread houses. They were putting up candy cane wreaths and gumdrop lights. Everyone seemed so happy. The joy and camaraderie among the gingerbread families were palpable, and it made the village feel even more magical. I felt a pang of sadness. Despite the festive surroundings, I couldn't shake the feeling of loneliness that crept into my heart. I wished I had a family to decorate with. Seeing the gingerbread families working together made me long for companionship and the warmth of a family. I felt lost and alone in the bustling village. The more I watched the happy scenes around me, the more isolated I felt. It was as if I was an outsider looking in, unable to join in the joy and festivities. As I continued to walk through the village, I couldn't help but wonder if I would ever find a place where I truly belonged. The festive decorations and cheerful atmosphere only served to highlight my own sense of isolation. Eventually, I found a small, quiet corner in the village where I could sit and reflect. It was a peaceful spot, away from the hustle and bustle, where I could gather my thoughts and try to find some solace. I looked up at the night sky, filled with twinkling stars. The beauty of the stars reminded me that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of hope. Perhaps one day I would find my place in this magical village. With renewed determination, I stood up and decided to keep searching. I knew that somewhere in this enchanting village, there was a place for me. I just had to keep looking and never give up hope.
Suddenly, the gingerbread cookie bumped into someone. He looked up and saw a gingerbread girl with chocolate chip eyes. She wore a frosting smile and a peppermint candy bow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you new here? I haven't seen you around before.
Yes, I just arrived. I don't know anyone here.
Well, I'm Penny. What's your name?
I'm Charlie.
The gingerbread cookie replied, feeling a little bit better already.
Come on, Charlie. Let's find you a house. This village is full of surprises, and I can't wait to show you around. There's always room for one more in the village. Each house has its own story and charm. And everyone here is so friendly.
Penny showed Charlie around the village. She was so excited to introduce him to all the wonderful places and people that made the village special. They passed by a gingerbread bakery, a candy cane carousel, and a gumdrop fountain. Each spot was more magical than the last, filled with the sweet scent of holiday treats and the joyful sounds of laughter. Everything sparkled and shimmered in the magical light. The twinkling Christmas lights made the village look like a scene from a fairy tale. They met other gingerbread people along the way. Each one had a unique personality and story, adding to the charm of the village. Penny introduced Charlie to everyone. She made sure he felt included and welcomed, showing him that he was now part of their big, happy family. He learned their names and stories. Each new friend had something special to share, and Charlie felt his heart warm with each new connection. They were all so kind and welcoming. The village was a place where everyone looked out for each other, and Charlie felt that he had found a true home. Charlie started to feel happy. He wasn't alone anymore. The warmth and kindness of the village had filled his heart with joy. He had found a friend in Penny. She had shown him that friendship could be found in the most unexpected places. And now he was making even more friends in the village. The bonds he was forming were strong and true, and he knew that he would never feel alone again. The village had become a place of love, laughter, and endless possibilities for Charlie. As Christmas Eve approached, the gingerbread village bustled with activity. Everyone was busy preparing for the big Christmas feast.
What can I do?
You can help me bake cookies. We need lots of them for everyone in the village.
Charlie and Penny worked side by side in her gingerbread kitchen. They mixed dough, cut out shapes, and decorated cookies with frosting and sprinkles. Charlie loved helping others. He felt happy knowing that he was contributing to the Christmas cheer. He realized that giving was just as rewarding as receiving. Finally, Christmas Eve arrived. The gingerbread people gathered in the village square for their annual Christmas feast. There were tables laden with delicious treats. There were gingerbread houses filled with candy. There were mountains of cookies, cakes, and pies. Charlie had never seen so much food in his life.
With a smile, I can't wait to celebrate with my new friends.
Everyone sat down at the tables and enjoyed the feast. They laughed, they sang, and they shared stories. As the evening progressed, a warm feeling spread through Charlie's gingerbread heart. He looked around at the smiling faces of his new friends. He realized that this was what Christmas was all about, spending time with loved ones, sharing joy and laughter, and creating memories that would last a lifetime. Charlie felt grateful for finding the magical village. He had come here feeling lost and alone, but now he felt like he belonged. He had found a home and a family in this special place. As the Christmas star twinkled above, the gingerbread people gathered around a giant candy cane Christmas tree. The air was filled with the sweet scent of gingerbread and the joyful sounds of laughter and music. The village was alive with festive cheer, and every corner was adorned with colorful decorations. The gingerbread people had been preparing for this night for weeks, baking and decorating to make it perfect. They sang carols and exchanged gifts, their voices harmonizing in a beautiful melody that echoed through the village. The gingerbread children danced around the tree, their faces lighting up with excitement as they received their presents. It was a night of joy and togetherness, a celebration of the bonds that held their community together. Charlie received a special gift from Penny, a gingerbread heart with his name on it. It was beautifully decorated with icing and tiny candy beads, a symbol of their friendship. Charlie's eyes sparkled with gratitude as he held the heart close to his chest. He knew that this gift was more than just a piece of gingerbread. It was a token of love and appreciation.
Touched. Thank you, Penny. This means a lot to me. Your friendship is the sweetest gift of all.
As the night drew to a close, Charlie felt a sense of peace and contentment. The stars above seemed to twinkle just a little brighter, as if they were sharing in the joy of the evening. The village began to quiet down, the sounds of laughter and music fading into the gentle hush of the night. Charlie looked around at his friends and neighbors, feeling a deep sense of belonging. He knew that even though he was just one small gingerbread cookie, he was part of something bigger. The village was a tapestry of individual stories, each one adding to the rich fabric of their community. Every gingerbread person had a role to play, and together they created a place of warmth and love. He was part of a community that cared for one another. They shared their joys and sorrows, their hopes and dreams. In this village, no one was ever truly alone. The bonds they shared were as strong as the gingerbread walls of their homes, built on a foundation of trust and mutual respect. And as he drifted off to sleep that night in his very own gingerbread house, Charlie knew that he was home. The warmth of the evening's festivities lingered in his heart, a comforting reminder of the love and friendship that surrounded him. He closed his eyes with a smile, knowing that tomorrow would bring new adventures and more moments of joy. In his dreams, the village continued to sparkle with the magic of the season, a place where every gingerbread person was cherished and every day was a celebration of life.